and colorful. I like this. We're going to use pineapple, and I'm glad that we have pineapple already cored, so we don't have to worry about it. Let's stick that base back in. I think, but it's even better if you don't need to have the top. It's even better that Food City cores it for you and takes the top off, and it's the same price. They don't charge anything extra, so I kind of like that. Unless, like I said, you need the top. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and do the mango last, I think. We'll cut up some red peppers, and since this is a salsa, we're going to kind of cut it in fine pieces. Or you can make a lot of this and use the whole red pepper. And a yellow pepper. And this is just to give some color. Okay, now we got tomatoes. And I think these are also locally grown. It's nice to get all the locally grown produce in, just because it's nice to support the local farmers, and I think it's better, if you will. They taste more like homegrown tomatoes. But I think I'll do it. Does everybody have a garden here? A lot of gardens. Okay, as I've said before, I don't do a garden because I don't like to get my hands dirty. And since you figure that, you know, as much as I'm here, I can just pick my watermelon out of the Food City watermelon patch. These tomatoes are really juicy, so we want to make sure that we seed them. And that's just kind of taking the seeds out. There's no science to it. All right, there's our tomatoes. Okay, and we talked about peaches before, and I thought that peaches, the freestone peaches were a variety of peaches, and actually it just means that the pit comes out easier. And I think the freestone peaches are ones that come in later in the season. And so, as you can see, that was really easy to open. If I probably didn't cut it down quite the center. But the peach, or the seed, comes out relatively easy, which is good. Okay, put the onion in. And we're dicing this, I guess. Are we? Yes. Do it this way. All right, I think we got everything but the mango. And you remember how we do mangoes. Oh, the cilantro. We'll do mango first. You stand it up on end. I like to have the stem up. And then you go like maybe a quarter to, not quite a half inch. And just run your knife down. And usually you miss the seed because the seed is like this, but it's real thin. And then you're going to do the other side. Don't peel it and then try to hold it and dice it, because you'll be cutting your fingers off. Now see, I just got, I don't know if you can see that in the camera, that's the seed right there, so I just got by it. So we've got these two little halves, and then you can take this and still stand it up because you can get a hold of it. And just kind of, you can feel it's easier to do with a smaller knife, but you can just kind of feel the edge of the seed. So you want to use all that you can of the mango, even though they're 69 cents. And to pick a mango, I like to get one that has sort of all the colors, green and red, and then you can kind of feel it, and if it sort of gives a little bit, then that should be a ripe one. I guess there's all sorts of ways to tell about how to pick fruit, and I know some of them are, to me, kind of weird. Our produce manager just told me about one, and I can't think of it, but it was almost like if you stand on one foot and you put your head a certain way, then you can tell whether the watermelon's ripe. And I'm like, really? Let me try that. No, it wasn't quite that, but it was something equally, you know, strange. Now, what I like to do is just run my knife down all the way through, not through the skin of the mango, but just through the meat of it. And across. And then you can just, let me do this one first, so my hands don't get all slippery. Okay, then you can just turn that around, and there's your mango. And I like to just run my knife through here, and this is a good one because it's nice and easy to cut. If you try to peel this and then try to cut it into cubes, like I said, it's going to be really, really difficult because it's really slippery then, you know, this part, trying to hold it. So this is the best way to cut it. And if you want it into slices, just don't use the cross part. Our peppers, our yellow pepper, our red pepper, our onion, our mango. What else do we put in? Our tomatoes and our cilantro, because that's one of the staples of salsa. And some people don't. I think it's, and you know, and if you're going to ask me, can we leave it out? Yes, you can. If you really, really don't like it, I think for some things, it's good to just kind of keep it in, because that's the flavor of salsa, and you need to have that in there. But if you really, really don't like it, then you can leave it out. It won't taste quite the same, but it'll still be good, because I think with all the fresh fruit and vegetables, and you know, how many times have I said the less processed, the better off we are. And of course tonight we've done nothing. It's all been sort of natural and all that. Okay, that looks pretty good. I think I've picked enough. Okay, we got everything in. Our mango, our peaches, our tomatoes, our red onion, our red pepper, our yellow pepper, our pineapple, our cilantro. In here, I have the third cup of water. I also noticed that I put the sugar and the salt in here in a smaller thing, and it had started to get lumpy. So I just dissolved all that in the water. So I have in here our sugar, our minced garlic, our salt, and water. Okay, pour that on there. Oops. And then here is our lime juice. And we'll get something to stir this with. And we'll be able to taste that with the tortilla chips. So I think this is neat. A fun recipe, very colorful, very summery, because we've got all the summer vegetables in here and the fruits. And I even think that, you know, maybe if you didn't want to put pineapple in, change the pineapple to watermelon. I think that would be good. You know, this is, or strawberries. You know, salsa is one of the things that there's so many different varieties and so many different textures and flavors and whatever. So it's almost like when you find something that you really like, you know, that should be your salsa. And like I said, there's so many different kinds that you can just sort of mix up your own. So there's our mango peach pineapple salsa.